Are we live? All right. Hello and welcome back to Salesforce Hulk. We are back again with another webinar about Slack. Why Slack should be your next business tool. I will quickly introduce myself. I am Neha Goyal and I am taking care of Velocity, which is now known as Salesforce Industry as a practice at Syntexa. With me, I have Vijay.
Hi guys. So you may know me. So I am Vishwajit Srivastav, short for Vijay. No, I think it's the other way around. So Vijay for short. So yeah, that's me. And you may have seen me here multiple times. I am the co-founder and CTO at Syntexa, and we are back again with a new webinar on Slack. So let's deep dive into it.
So here's the forward-looking statement, which says that do not make any buying or purchasing decisions based on the content, the numbers, the data that we talk and show in webinar. Before doing and making any such decision, make sure that you read all the documents very carefully. And in fact, we suggest that you talk to the account executive before making any purchasing decisions. All right, so let's talk about Syntexa. Syntexa is a Salesforce Submit consulting partner, and we have delivered multiple projects across 14 different industries with client spread across 20 different countries. We specialize in multi-cloud and cross-cloud platforms and integrations. We are approved ISV partners, App Exchange partners, cloud reseller partners, and link partner. Along with Salesforce, we hold partnership with Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft, ServiceNow, and Nintex. We do have a team of around 400 plus certified professionals who are certified into different products and industries and platforms of Salesforce. That builds in trust and accountability with our certified professionals. And we do have delivered around 900 plus projects with 675 happy customers. Let's quickly dive deep into today's agenda. So we'll talk about Slack, and then we'll talk about the core features and their uses. Moreover, like collaboration made easy, how Slack streamline project management, how it boosts productivity with integrations, about security and compliance, enhancing customer support, and then, of course, the most trending and in demand topic and the word AI, and how AI and Agentforce are used in Slack, and then live web demo of Slack. We try to keep live demo of all the product that we do webinars upon, because that adds a trust in our audience, because they relate more to that product rather than just listening to our conversations about the product.
And it also showcases, like, we are just not talk. We can also definitely show you that we have worked upon it and we have knowledge about it. So demo helps you, helps me to first of all showcase my skills and our team skill. And along with that, it definitely builds the trust in the audience itself only.
Correct. And then why Slack should be your next tool, how different teams can leverage Slack, how big giants are already leveraging Slack, how to choose the right implementation partner, and then last but not the least, Q&A time. All right, so let's talk about Slack. Vijay, I think nowadays everybody and anybody knows about Slack. Maybe they're using it, they're planning to use it, some of their friends or colleagues, or they know about in this industry, IT industry, any other industry, in any other field are using Slack, so they've heard it from their teams. And the reason is very simple, because Slack is not only helping them as a communication tool, but also is helping them in a lot of other things.
Yeah.
For example, managing their data, helping different teams into the same organization, maybe automating different tasks for them, day-to-day activities and small tasks, integrating with any other third-party applications with just point and click. So it becomes the operating system of the organization.
Yeah, and I would say, it's one of the cool things that people brag about. Like, yeah, we use Slack over there. We have Slack within our organization. We are not utilizing that particular tool. I'm not going to name that, but yeah, people brag about it. Like, we use Slack, we have Slack, and it actually makes sense as well. Once you look at it, how Slack empowers your business use cases, your workflows, and how easy it is and how impactful it is, it definitely makes sense. So yeah, Slack is the operating system, and I think that would make sense as we talk about in our upcoming slides a little bit more and more and more. We'll get that understanding itself only.
And I think Slack is useful for every level of business, be it small scale, medium, or enterprise level, right? Because uh, as we are going to talk about its capability and use cases, any business out there can utilize the maximum of its capability according to their business use case and their needs, right?
Yeah. I would say it like I would not say for everybody, but I believe they would agree with me on when I say this. My day starts with opening Slack.
Yeah.
And my day ends with closing Slack itself only, or maybe assigning certain tasks or reviewing something. So that's how my day looks like whenever I start working. It's pretty common.
And there's a reason, right?
There's a
Because
reason.
of the capabilities it is providing to you. So basically, it has become the one stop or the go-to tool.
Yeah.
For anybody and for every department and for everybody, be it any position, be it any department, be it any role. So it has become that go-to tool because of its capabilities.
Yeah, and I really like Slack, and I think I will talk a lot about why I like Slack, but I think I will keep that for the next slides.
All right, so let's deep dive into that.
Yeah.
And I think that the things that we're talking about, the number shows it all. So if you'll just see the numbers on the next slide, it says, no, yeah, this one. Can we have the slide, please? All right. So from 2019 to 2025, the number of active users recorded.
You can
over
see an
the years-
exponential growth over here. I would just
Exactly.
simply say that.
Yeah.
From 10 million, 50 millions in just almost 5 years itself only. So that
Correct.
shows how powerful this tool is and how much adoption we are seeing for Slack as a tool itself only. So that is something to see and something to kind of reckon with. And the reason is the features and the capabilities and the things it enables you to do.
Correct.
Yeah. So
And that makes your job easier, faster, and more effective and more productive.
and that's why Salesforce bought it.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Moving on to the next slide, I think. Yeah. All right. Just a second.
Understanding the core features and their uses. So, as we talked about in the agenda, first one would be collaboration made easy with Slack. So, let's try to understand how collaboration has become easier by using Slack. So, first of all, how it started as a messaging application, right?
To better understand, what how Slack it started is, like just assume a team where you have multiple people working with you and you want to manage them, you want to communicate with them within just one platform itself only. We are talking about a time when we are interacting on emails primarily.
Correct.
If not on emails, maybe some tool, like maybe WhatsApp, maybe some things like that, maybe Skype. You are looking for a tool which is agile enough, which is cool enough, which is capable enough of running the entire business process on a single platform itself only.
Correct.
So that is what Slack, provided. It provided the capability of having channels where you can, have your different teams and different channels itself only, so that you can collaborate with them. You have different projects, and you can have different channels for them, and you can utilize it to, run your use cases, run your scenarios. If you have new initiatives within the company, you can have a separate channel. So within the team of, let's say, 200 people, you can identify with these many people, I am running this particular, initiative with this, I am running this kind of project, and you can run that easily. So that what channels allows you to do. All the data is segregated. Nobody else can see it unless you are a part of it. You can control the access as well. Who can post it? Who can, edit it? Who can, delete the message as well? So you have all of that capability as well. Even if, you have a team of, let's say, 5,000 people and you want a general group where only some people are able.
Public group.
A public group where only certain people should be able to post it and others should be able to read it only. Things like that we
also you
can
manage.
And then the messaging capability. So the platform needs to be good enough so that it can handle messaging in real time without any kind of lags and all of that. And with the cool things like somebody is typing in, somebody is replying, and then we have all the capability on top of it, threads as well, where you can have a separate conversation within the channel itself only on a certain topic.
That makes it easier to just have multiple conversations inside one single channel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we have the capability of, huddles. And I think you like it the most because you use it the most.
That's one of my favorite capability of Slack, because it gives you that quick, like you can quickly connect with anybody over Slack. You do not have to send that invitation link or the meeting invite. You quickly just click a button and then you are connected with other person over call, maybe audio call, video. You can share your screen. You can just connect quickly, and that makes it easier to work in a team where you're working remotely.
Yeah, or you're working in different locations as well,
Correct.
So you just have to click once and you're voila, connected, and you don't have to go here and there and then say I have provided
Are you
the
available?
link.
Are you available at that time? Can we connect for 5 minutes?
Just single click and we are connected.
And the amazing feature in Huddle is that, let's say you and me are connected over Huddle on Slack. So we can invite some other person as well into our same call if you want to have a third person needed over that call. So it's that quick and easy to connect over Huddles.
And along with that, we have the capability of recording audio and videos and share it on the channel. And then people can utilize. People can simply go through it, read it. When I say read it, they can read the summary because I do the same.
The transcript.
Yeah. So whenever I see a hour-long call or hour-long recording that has happened, I quickly go onto the Slack. I quickly go and click on the transcript, and I simply read it from over there itself only what has happened instead of watching the entire. And
I think with AI, it can summarize you as well. We are going to talk about that later. Correct. In the AI part of it.
You're spilling the beans earlier.
I'm just creating that curiosity.
Yeah, that's important. That's required.
Yeah.
Next, we have Streamline project management with Slack. So this is the capability that Slack provided in the recent years. I would say probably two years, I would say, where they have provided us the capability of having a canvas. A canvas, you should look at it as a place where you can have all the information available to you, where you can keep track of it, manage it, and have some comments onto it, some visuals onto it as well. So it's a document that is living right in your Slack channel itself only, Slack conversations itself only, where you can collaborate with other people and you can ask them, have you done this, have you done that, or they are maybe saying, I need your help in this. So things like that is possible. Then we have the capability of lists. So I would say list is basically the capability where we are able to manage the entire tasks, entire things that needs to happen for a certain scenario, for a certain project, or for a certain initiative within Slack itself only. So you can have a list where you have assigned a task, and then you can have different fields to it. You can have different people comment to it, and you can see how well it's progressing. We have the capability of doing file sharing as well. We can share all types of files. You don't have to leave the channel itself only, and within there itself only, here's the new proposal that we have drafted. Here's a new campaign that we are planning to run. Here's the new analysis that we had run, and here are the data with it. So we have all of that, and with that we have the capability of search. So with search, you can search across channel, search across the entire Slack workspace itself only, and it actually helps you identify the information that you might be needing. Then we have the templates. So templates are pre-built, I would say, pre-built, certain
blueprints,
kind of thing, where you have the blueprint for the canvas, blueprint for the list, which is available to us, and then we can simply start utilizing. So it definitely helps us in that particular sense. I think I will be showing you the same in our, demo as well. That will give you much more clarity about it.
And that's the reason why we keep demos.
That's the reason why we keep demos.
Yeah.
And one thing, sorry Neha, I think I'm taking a little bit longer over here, but the reason why I like this particular capability of Canvas and list is, when we first saw this feature, I actually felt like it is a mini project management tool that we have gotten within Slack itself only. I would not say it's very powerful, but I would say it's powerful enough to have your task managed within just single place itself only. So I will talk about in our scenario itself only, where there is one initiative that we did within our organization, and the HR team, myself and couple of people, managed the entire initiative with the list itself only, where we had Kanban board, where we had different tasks, where we had different statuses and all the other information, and then we are collaborating onto it. And as soon as we were progressing onto it, we were updating the canvas as well. So the list were acting like Jira for me, and canvas was acting like Confluence for me. So don't take my word for it, but it was doing the same thing for me. So I really like that, and I really encourage people to utilize it. And I have actually helped a lot of our customers as well, to manage it right there and then itself only, and then maybe integrate it with their other tools, maybe Jira and Asana and all of that. But yeah,
So basically, that way you utilize the best out of it, right?
from
Because
within Slack, you don't have to go
exactly,
here
yeah,
and there.
exactly.
Then we have enhanced productivity with Slack
Slack
integration. So in the initial slides, we had the capability of integrations within Slack itself only, where we are not limited to the capabilities that are offered by default Slack itself only. We have 2600 plus integrations that are possible. I may not be okay. I see. I think there's the number.
That's the number.
There's the number over there
2600
itself
apps.
only. Yeah. So we have the integration. So you don't have to do any kind of coding and all of that. You simply have to install it, configure it, either via SSO login or SAML login, and that's it. Voila, it's connected, and you can start utilizing it. One of the most common integration is Google Calendar, Google Drive, integration, where whenever a file is shared, you are notified. Whenever a comment is made, you are notified. So things like that is possible. And with that, we have Workflow Builder as well. So Workflow Builder, you can have different scenarios happening within the Slack channel itself only. If the list status is being updated from something to something, you can run automations on top of it. If certain thing is happening in your Google Sheets, you can do certain things on top of it. If somebody is being added to a channel, you can do certain things on top of it. So it's a no code, low code platform. I would say it's a no code platform that is provided with Slack itself only, where you can automate your business processes, business tasks. Then we have Salesforce and Slack integration. And Salesforce bought it for this particular reason itself only for almost more than $27 billion. Slack and Salesforce integrations allows you to have all of that thing that you are needing to run your business efficiently within Slack itself only. You have the access to all your sales data, all your service data with Salesforce Customer 360. You have data from, Data Cloud, Marketing Cloud, all of that in just single platform itself only, and then you can run your automations, you can run your business processes on top of it. So that is what Salesforce and Slack integrations allows us to do. We will have a quick demo about the same as well, and we will see how Agentforce fits into the picture as well. In later slide, we will be talking about
I was about to
it.
say the same thing.
Yeah.
And with all of this, having AI and Agentforce on top of it. So that makes it even more, attractive, I would say.
Kick-ass, yeah, I would call it, yeah.
To use it, yeah.
Then we have, with all of those features, with all of those capabilities, we have the enterprise grade security, enterprise grade compliance within Slack itself only. So Slack is not only for, organization itself only. Government entities are utilizing it, healthcare industry is utilizing it, different entities are utilizing it, and Slack provides us the capability of, having the enterprise grade level security from the compliance perspective, from the regulations perspective within Slack itself only. With that, we have the enterprise key management as well. So if you are sharing certain documents, it is following the rules and regulations that are required. Okay. So that you don't have to worry about, should I be sharing this file here or not? Slack is taking care of that for you. So we have that capability, and you might be looking for, encryption at rest, encryption in transit as well. So things like that are also coming in Slack. Some of the features are already available. Some of the features will be available soon. Don't take my word for it. Please, consult the forward-looking statement that Neha gave initially.
Correct.
So that is possible. And then we have Slack Atlas as well. So Slack Atlas allows you to have all of your, data about your team members within Slack itself only. You have various information about it, who is he, to who he reports to, his previous information, and other data as well. So we have that capability from Slack itself only. So you don't have to leave Slack, go to a HR manager portal and see who is this person, when did he join, who he reports to. You can have all of that information from within Slack itself only with Slack Atlas.
That's great. Vijay, I have a question
Yeah.
here. So how does Slack handle data retention and archiving for compliance purposes?
So that is a really great question. So, Slack do provide data archival and, retention policies as well. You can define if you want the data to be, retained for a a certain year or maybe certain months, 36 months, 48 months. So that is possible within Slack itself only. But it depends from, situation to situation. It depends from the, the
Use
subscription
case.
level that you have, whether you are an enterprise grade customer or whether you are a business plus customer. It will depend on that. And I would say it would highly depend on to your use cases. So in a nutshell, it is all possible, but it depends on, your business use case and what particular subscription you have of Slack.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So next we have customer support with Slack swarming model. So this is something that I really like a lot.
Yeah, even I want to understand what's Slack swarming and how is actually helpful for our customers.
Okay. So let's take an example of business itself only. Let's take an example of okay. Let's take an example of Tesla itself. No, not Tesla. Let's take an example of much more niche brand. Let's take an example of Mercedes itself only. Let's say you bought a Mercedes Maybach, Neha. Okay, a black color Mercedes Maybach you have purchased, and now you are facing certain difficulties into it. Mercedes as a brand wants to provide world class service to you because you have paid that much and you are maintaining that big of a car, a luxurious car. So how do they do that? As soon as a case is created, they want a team to be deployed onto it, very fast. And one of the ways of doing that is, instead of having the people go into a different platform and then they collaborate over there, bring the capability into Slack
One
or into your
platform.
collaboration tool
Correct.
itself only, where the information is coming into the collaboration tool and you are actually working over there. And once the case is resolved, once the solution has been derived, once you have all the information you need, and even if you want some more information, you have that capability within the collaboration tool itself only, and you can close it from there itself only. So just by staying in Slack, you have been assigned to a case where you can see the case details, where you can see the customer details, where you can collaborate, identify more people who needs to be involved into it, provide solution, and then close it from there itself only. It speeds up the
resolution time,
resolution
the
time,
turnaround yeah.
and it speeds up the effective customer service that we are providing to them. So that is what Slack swarming is. We will be seeing it in a brief level in our demo itself only. I have tried to
That's
incorporate
great.
it in the demo. Some of the pieces we will be able to see. So we get
And I think with this, our customers would be very happy and will be satisfied with the services from the companies that are using Slack's this particular functionality in the use case.
exactly, yeah. So they don't have to, they will be really happy.
They
We
do not
logged the
have to
case
wait.
at
They do not
we
have to-
logged the case at 7:30, and at 7:33 I'm already getting a call. Hi, I have taken up your case and I have deployed this team and we are doing this and
Correct.
that. And within 1 hour the case is resolved. So things like that, definitely speeds up.
That's great. Yeah.
So we have faster case resolution, as I mentioned. We have expert routing. So let's say if we do not know who are the people that might be needed, we can use expert routing based on the skills. We can define
Correct.
this particular person might be needed, this particular person might be needed, and this type of person, we have 5 people. Based on those 5 people, this has the most bandwidth. We will be aligning him over here. We have that. Then we have seamless case management. We can have
course.
all of the information within Slack itself only, so you don't have to go here and there. All of that information is within Slack itself only. Then we have knowledge retention. So once the case is resolved, all of the information, all of the collaboration details will be stored into Salesforce, and you can utilize it however you want. And even if you want some additional information while resolving the case, you have the access to that with Slack swarming itself only. Maybe you might be requiring some previous case information. You might be requiring some knowledge articles. Okay,
Correct.
so that is possible. Then we have improved customer experience. So with all of that,
Of course, the experience is going to be better and improved.
So that is what Slack swarming is. So Slack swarming works very effectively with Salesforce and Slack when they work together. We will be showing you that in the demo as well.
All right. Next is our favorite AI and Agentforce with Slack.
Yeah. So first of all, we have AI in Slack. So I will quickly talk about it. So if we can have the next slide, the next slide after that, I think that would make it easier for everybody to understand it. Over here. So see, primarily when you talk about a collaboration tool, okay, imagine Neha, or imagine the people who are watching this particular webinar. Imagine you waking up, your team is in 3 different time zones. You are waking up and you are seeing a channel with 300 plus messages that has
Alright, I
happened.
can imagine it. Yeah.
Okay, and now you have to go through it because you have been tagged on the last message. Hi, Henry. Please help us in this as soon as possible. Now you have to go through all of that.
Of course.
You need a AI which can actually summarize that for you, which can actually help you in doing that. So how do you do that? So we have Salesforce recaps for that. We can utilize recaps where we can specify, give me a recap for the past certain duration, past 7 days, maybe past 30 days for this particular channel.
Channel or
And it will give
conversation.
you bulleted points like, okay, this was the case, this was the answer that was provided by let's say Alina, and this was the solution provided by Henry, and this was the solution provided by him, and that you have all of that information available to you, so don't have to go through the entire 300 messages, and you can simply say, I have gotten an understanding, I will quickly look into it, and you can actually start working onto it. So that is what's possible with AI in Slack.
And
Then
if
we have
that is the case, I think it'll make job very easier
yes.
for the people who are maintaining or who are working in multiple things, like who has their hands into 10 other things. So it makes their job easier
Yes.
because they have to be very quick and responsive in every place they are involved in. So if AI can do this, I think it'll be great.
Yeah. So let's take that scenario a little bit further. Okay. So let's say you have identified that, and after that, recap, you have identified, okay, I need to review or I need to oversee this particular channel or this particular thread because this is the core thing which is having the core information that is needed, which I can then utilize to resolve this particular case. So again, you are looking at it and you are saying, oh man, this is 700 message thread. I cannot go through it just in a single go. So you can utilize summary over there. It will actually summarize everything for you so that you don't have to go through those 700 messages and you have that clarity for you. So you can utilize that. So we have summary capability as well. And let's say you have gone through those recap for 300 message, you have gone through the summary of 900 message. Now you have identified, okay, I need the, let's say I need the particular document that was mentioned 2 months back. I don't remember where, but the name was, let's say, knowledge article 6676 or something like that. So how do you do that? You would be utilizing search in, AI in search.
Powered search, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, AI powered search, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you will be utilizing search, and with that, you want to utilize AI because it will be giving you so many, responses. You want the specific information that can actually help you. So you would be utilizing AI powered search.
So is it something like that I'll give the prompts, the commands, and the AI agent
will
or
be simply-
Agentforce agent will help me search those files or summarize that? Or
Yeah. Okay. So to put it in a much more simpler words, Agentforce is something different. AI in Slack is something different. You would be simply asking, I am looking for this particular file. It will simply search across all the channels and it will give you a summary. The file in this particular channel is this particular information is this. So it will help you get to the file quickly.
all right.
It will not be able to identify the right file because it will require a huge context. It will require a huge prompt and you might not be looking into that. So that's how it's kind of configured. So that is what AI in Slack is.
All right.
And if I talk about, what all things it has, conversational AI, enterprise data access, obviously they have the access to our enterprise data. We have automated workflows, AI powered productivity. So we have that thing. So all of those things are the fancy words. I think those 3 examples help us put things in perspective of how a user would be able to utilize AI in Slack.
Exactly. And then how it is actually going to help you
Yes.
with a real use case and an example.
Yeah, I can talk about all technical jargons, but it doesn't make sense unless you relate to it. So I think that example will help you relate to it in a much easier manner.
Correct. That's true.
Next up, we have Agentforce in Slack. So what is it? As the name suggests, so it's Agentforce within Slack itself only. Now, how is that possible? So that is possible with the capability of, integrating Slack with Salesforce. Once you have done that and you have Agentforce enabled within your org, you can have agents from Agentforce embedded into Slack that you can configure how they can be integrated into your channels, how people can interact with it, who can interact with it from within the channels itself only. So if I look at the next slide in this as well, I think that would make it easier. Yeah. So, with Agentforce, okay, so for the people who aren't aware what Agentforce is, I would highly recommend, we have done 2 webinars on Agentforce. I think we have done 2 webinars. You go and review them. It will help you put things in perspective. What Agentforce is, I will not be talking in detail about them. Okay, so with Agentforce, once you have configured and you are asking certain things, let's say you have certain capabilities that you want to done. Let's take an example. You have identified, okay, I want a opportunity to be updated, or I want a opportunity summary. Okay, so what you can do is you can simply talk to the agent like you're talking to a team member. How? Within the channel itself only. Let's say you have been asked, like, you are asking the agent itself only, can you give me an update about the opportunity with ABC Corporation for, let's say, solar panel installation? Now, what Agentforce will do is it will bring all the information from different sources that you have configured in Salesforce, and it will show you that information right there and itself only. So you don't have to, leave Slack, and you have all of that information available to you. So basically what you are doing is you are assigning a task, let's say, to your assistant, who would typically would have gone to Salesforce, gotten that information, and then summarize it, and then would have provided it to you. It would have taken him 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, but with Agentforce, you can have all of that information within seconds itself only. So that is what Agentforce in Slack is. With that, we have the capability of smart actions, where the Agentforce can create channels itself only. It can create canvas, update canvas. It can create list. Basically, list is the same thing. The mini project management within Slack. It can actually manage that. It can automate tasks as well. So that is possible. With that, we have the capability of identifying which agent we want to use. Do we want to use the sales agent? Do we want to use service agent? Do we want to use the HR agent? I think we will be talking about them in the later slides, how they relate and how they can actually help your business. Then we have seamless interactions. As I mentioned, you can talk to the agent within the channel itself only, within the thread itself only, and they will do things like that for you. Then we have optimized workflows, where you can automate notification, have real-time insights within Slack itself only, so that you can do better decision making. So all of that is possible with Agentforce in Slack, and it actually helps you a lot. We will be seeing that in the demo itself only. And here are some of the figures which I think Neha will say, so that I can have a sip of water.
All right, so everything that Vijay has talked about, again, the number shows it all. So there has been 60% budget on human capital, maximize investment by empowering teams with AI, 40% increase in performance. So it has boosted employee performance with Gen AI in Slack, and 4.4 trillion in potential profits, which is a huge number. And it has unlocked massive value with AI-driven productivity. And now is the time for live demo.
Okay.
All right, so let's have the live demo of Slack, and let's have...
Wait. Let me connect my system first.
All right, so meanwhile, I'll just quickly brief you. So as Vijay has already mentioned, that we are going to talk about all the use cases here and there, maybe some use cases in detail, some use cases on high level in our demo. And of course, even after the demo, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. In the Q&A time, we'll definitely try to help you with all the questions that you might have regarding the Slack. Any use case that you want to ask or you want to discuss, anything that is related to your business, which you might be wondering that, can Slack help me with that? You can definitely put it in the comment section for us.
All right. So with that, I will connect my screen. Give me 1 more minute. All right. Sorry for that. I forgot I had my Slack open, not the Slack that I am showing you right now. All right. So yeah, okay, we are here. So I will quickly start from over here itself only. Okay. So with Slack, we have the capability of, I want to showcase Slack can be integrated to Salesforce. That is definitely one of the core things that you will find, wherever you go and wherever you search for. But we don't want to, show you that only. We also want to showcase you how you can integrate, other platforms as well, how you can integrate your e-commerce platform, how your retail platform, maybe your service subscriptions, and maybe your HR management, applications as well. So with that in perspective, I want to show you, let's say this is the company that is selling jewelry, and they have integrated Slack into their workflow, processes, where they are notified whenever certain things happens. Whenever their stock quantity is low, whenever order is cancelled, whenever there is a uptick in their utilization, or when I say utilization, server utilization, whenever they are getting a huge traffic onto their website itself only. So how do they utilize Slack? So let's say I am a user who have already logged in for the sake of the demo. I will quickly buy this particular item because I like it and I want to gift it to somebody. So yeah, let me go and buy it. All right. So I will simply buy it. Okay, I think I'm not logged in yet. So let me log in. All right. Just a second. I think, no, not continue as guest. Let me log in. I think I'm okay. So the storefront that you are seeing is custom built for this demo. So don't assume we are showing you our customer's website or thing like that. So it's a environment that we have catered and created specifically for the sake of this demo itself only. How much time we put into the demos, this just shows you that.
And I think it's very important.
It's very important. It's
Again,
very, very
because,
important.
With the actual.
It actually helps you things. It actually helps you put thing into perspective.
Correct.
All right. So with that, I am again buying this particular item because I want to gift it to somebody. All right. I will choose the shipping method as well. I will do the payment. Don't worry, these are not the actual card. This is just a sample card. Okay, yeah. So I have made this order. I will make one more order, and then I will have show you one thing. So I'm buying this earring as well because I like it. All right. All right, so these are the two items that I have purchased. I will show you how they will fit into the scenario that I want to kind of showcase to you. So with that, I will simply go over here. So this is the Slack environment for this particular company, GemVista. Okay. Now GemVista has different channels for low stock, new support tickets, order cancelled, out of stock, weekly reports. So what's happening is Slack is being utilized as a core center for all of the information that they are having for their website, where they have the details such as let's say low stock. So if an item is running on low quantity, it will give us this kind of inventory alert, like product name light hematite dangle earrings is unit 97, which is running low on stock based on the threshold that we have set for this particular product. If there are any orders cancelled, we will have information like that. And we will have weekly reports of things like, these are the cancel orders that has been, these are the orders that has been placed. This is the order ID. This is the person who has, placed an order of it, the product quantity. Again, for the sake of the demo, we created this kind of environment. So just to showcase like this is possible and people actually utilize it. So the example that we are showing you is basically for one of the organization that is having a team of 30 people who are selling their products online, and they are utilizing Slack to manage how many orders have been placed, how many orders have been cancelled, and how many orders are running low on quantity itself only. So they don't have to go here and there and go and check and all of that. We configured it all on sales or all on Slack itself only. So they are utilizing Salesforce Commerce Cloud as a backend, and we have configured Slack where all the information is available to them in this particular fashion itself only. As you can see, the script kick in, which my team ran in the background for the sake of this demo, else it would have run every 7 days. So this script is showing this is the low inventory item. So like light hematite dangles are running low. They are now 96 quantity. Earlier it was 97, as you can see. And the message is 911, which is approximately the current time itself only. We have the cancelled alert information as well. We can see that, and if there are any out of the stock items, we can see those as well. So this is the button clip, the first order that I placed. So we have that clarity over here. Not only that, we have Slack actions that allows us to, that allows us to have this particular level information as well, where this particular Slack action is giving me this kind of details, like customer happiness score is 87%, unhappy customers are 142 with 50 return requests and 92 complaints. So all of that information we are capturing from different sources, and then empowering Slack to be able to visualize that, showcase that, so we don't have to go here and there. Just single platform, and they are able to manage all of the things from Slack itself only. So that's one of the things that we wanted to showcase. And yeah, okay. So this is the weekly report that ran. Rain. Okay, sorry, my bad. So that ran, and we can see the placed order details from this particular week itself only, and the cancel order details as well, delivered order, exchange order. So we have all of that information over here itself only. The support, the open support tickets as well. So this is how people use Slack. So that's one use case that I wanted to showcase. Now I will quickly jump into a different scenario where I will be showing you AI in Slack itself only. All right. So this is the another Slack environment that I have created, which is demo environment. Right now I'm showcasing you how the mini project management that I talked about and that Neha was talking about as well, how that can be done. So this is project top secret that I have created for this top secret webinar that we are having. So over here, we can have, the channel overview. So this is again our, the canvas where we have created, like why this particular channel is created, who is the team assigned to it, what are the upcoming topic, what are the action items. So this is a document that is living live within Slack itself only. I can make some edits over here, like test or something like that. And then we have, project overview where we can have different type of canvases. So we are not limited to just single canvas within a project. We can have multiple canvas in a single channel itself only, which we can utilize for different things. Then we have project tracker. So project tracker is the task that we have created, and this is the Kanban board which you are seeing. Okay, so we have on hold item like office new furniture. We have completed relocation report. We have a blocked item which is banner printing of a banner. We have a in progress item which is finalizing seating chart. If I click on it, I can see all of these information: priority, assignee, due date. I can even add more fields as I had mentioned earlier. Let's say I want to keep track of due date. I can specify it over here, and then I can provide a date. I can choose a date format as well. Let's say I'm utilizing this particular date format, and it is added. Okay, the due date was already there. My bad. Yeah, so it is there, and then I can specify those things. I can in fact make some comments over here. I can maybe let's say ask certain people. Let's say I'm asking Jatin some questions. When do you think we will be able to complete it? So things like that we can do, and once we have that capability, we can utilize it in different scenarios. So we have that capability for us within the mini project management that we have in Slack. So we can do all of that. We can have related threads to it as well. So this is something that I wanted to kind of showcase. Just imagine how easy it is to manage your small projects, and then you can link it to Asana and Jira as well with integration. Obviously, that is not a standard out of the box. This is custom integration that we will have to do, but this is possible. Then we have the capability of workflows. We talked about workflows. So I will quickly show you a high-level workflow of how it will look like. So this is a workflow, a welcome message workflow. So whenever somebody joins a project top secret, it will run. Again, we can have different type of workflows. Then it will simply send a message where it will be asking certain questions, like what's your role, or what are your pronouns, what are you working on, what are your where are you based out of, tell us about a little bit on all of that, and that is sending that message onto the Slack channel itself only. So we can do that. Now to show you what all things we can do, I will click on add workflow, and I will create a new workflow. We can choose an event. We can choose how workflow can be triggered. It can be triggered from a link, so somebody can simply click start the workflow. It can be triggered from a webhook. So basically, that means we can run it from outside Salesforce itself, only from different scenarios. We can run it on a schedule basis whenever list item is updated, whenever a person joins the channel, which was the scenario that I showed you, whenever emoji reaction is used. So we can have a red alert signal emoji whenever somebody clicks on it. Email will be sent to the people within the thread or within the managers itself only. We can do those kind of things. Okay. And then with that, we have all the other capabilities of adding certain steps where we can send message to somebody, where we can add some people to the group, or in fact we can do these things with all of these installed tools like GitHub, GitLab, Google Meet, Google Sheets. Let's say if certain things happen, I want you to update a spreadsheet and add a new row. Things like that we can do. So this is what Workflow Builder is. Imagine how many things you would be able to do with Workflow Builder within your process and within your business use cases. So that is what Workflow Builder is.
I think you can automate that small task and repetitive task.
Yes.
Correct, with these workflows and
the possibilities are endless. We can do a lot of things with this. Then we have the files capability where we can search all the files that are available to us. So we have
all the files are shown in one place.
Yes.
And does it include every kind of file that particular channel
has? Yes. All kind of files. We have that capability. So that is what mini project management within
what you were talking about.
Yes, that is what it is. Then I will quickly jump into the Agentforce piece. So this is a Agentforce agent that we have created. So let me refresh it. So this is the agent that we have created within Salesforce itself only. So before doing that, can we turn on the AC? All right, yeah. So this is the Agentforce, just a second, yeah. All right, so this is the Agentforce that we have, sorry, the heat is going through my head. Let me take a sip of water and then I will. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for waiting. All right, so this is the agent that we have created in Agentforce. This agent is a service agent. It can do all of these things. And for the sake of the demo, I am going to show you how we can utilize it for, All right. So I will simply ask to give me all the cases. Yeah. I think, yeah. Give me all the cases for ABC @ See, again, this is a demo environment and the Agentforce agent that we have created is for the sake of the demo itself only. So we have only configured certain items. It would have taken a lot of more time as well. And it would, the Slack free environment also limits us with what all things we can do on top of it. So this is just to showcase you what all things are possible with it. So I have I have asked it to give me all the cases for this particular email ID. It is actually running the reasoning and identifying what all things it needs to give me that information of. Once that is done, it will give me information. Just give it a minute. Typically, it does not take that long. All right, yeah. It has actually ran and it is giving me there are two cases. So let's say I want to update this particular case. So update the case status to, let's call it, I want to update it to working. First of all, I will show you the case itself only. Is it this case or is it 1253? 1253, yeah. It's the same case. I am refreshing the page as well to show you. So right now the status is new. I will update it to working. So now Agentforce is going to run behind the scenes. It is going to do certain things. It is going to utilize the actions that I talked about. It is utilizing it. It will update the case for us. Yeah, the case has been updated. I will simply go over here. I will refresh it. The case status has been updated, as you can see over here. So this is possible with Agentforce in Slack. And let's say I will say summarize the case. I want to summarize this case. Let's see if this will work. Hopefully it should work because I configured it. But it may not work as well, just like it didn't. But it will work. I will show you. Like it worked earlier when I was doing some testing. So yeah, it gave me the case summary right over here. It gave me this information. So again, this is a brief summary that I created using ChatGPT 3.5 prompt builder prompt itself only, which is being showcased here. So things like that are possible. The demo is here to showcase you that the possibilities are endless. You can do all sort of thing with Agentforce and Slack in combination. We will be talking about them in upcoming slides where we talk about how different teams can utilize Slack for different use cases. So you'll be talking about that, and it will put things into perspective, and it will actually help you.
And I think Vijay, this demo specifically helps us understand the capabilities of Slack as a whole. And then based on the use cases and the business needs, of course, you can customize it and scale it to the endless level.
Yes.
So it just to give you that feel and gist that how it actually helps you, because like you showed the Agentforce thing, right? So you just gave simple commands like give me the inputs of this, update it to this, summarize this, and then it can be used till I think any level based on based on the need of your business and with the capability of the implementation partner basically you can it's in your hand to utilize the maximum out of it.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, and not only that, we have the capability of doing some additional things as well with SDK as well, like the Slack SDK that we can utilize to do certain additional work for workflows as well. Now, I will not take much time. I think we are running a little bit long on our demo, but I want to showcase the swarming as well. So I have configured that as well. So this is again the same environment, the demo environment, but from a different user perspective. So I will quickly go and open up a case. Let me open up a previous case because that would make much sense. Just a second. All right, I think I will open this case. So now let's say we have received this particular case for us, and we have identified like this is a case where we need to deploy our team instantly. How do we do that? We can simply click on begin swarming, and we can specify like in an existing channel you need to do certain things. So I'm specifying the channel where I want to do the swarming. Let's call it case management. It has the record name. I will provide the system has slowed down and it needs urgent attention. Now what will happen is if I show you case management, right now there are no swarming cases over here, but as soon as I finish it, a new swarming request has been created, and we can see it was just created right now. We can view the case from over here itself only. So you don't have to leave Slack.
That's amazing.
You have all of that information over here. If you want to view it in Slack, you can view it. And then you can, start conversing over here, to start the collaboration, and you can, specify, hi, can you please guide me? So things like that, I can do with all of that, and it will all be done over here. As soon as I click on finish swarming, what that will do is it will update the case over here itself.
And close it.
Yes, and close it as well.
Correct.
So that is possible, and not only that, we can even have let's say if this hasn't already initiated. Okay, this has already initiated. Let me open up a different case. I just want to show you one more thing. Okay, let's open this case. I'm not sure which is the case. I think it's the case we're talking about. All right, in the new channel, if I say it, what it will do is it will create a new channel entirely. Some description. It will ask me who do you want to add to this particular swarming session itself only. I can add the specific team members, or I can utilize add with expert finder, where I can specify the skills which are needed to solve this case, and then the skill based routing will kick in, and it will identify the right people with the availability and the bandwidth, and then add them over here. So that is possible.
Amazing.
And if I do that, so right now I haven't configured that, I will simply add RN only, and then I will simply click on next. and you will see a new case, swarm case will be created. Yeah, I think it's this one only.
Yeah, it has been created recently.
It's created recently. Yeah, this is how swarming can come in. We can manage the swarming from over here itself only. Add more members to it if we want to. If swarming is closed, we can reopen it. If you want to finish a swarming, we can finish it from over here itself only. If I do that, it will simply update it over here. We would be able to see it. The swarm was closed. So things like that we can do. So just imagine you don't have to leave Slack, and you are able to manage your cases and run them and manage them over Slack itself only. Right now I was running the swarming manually. We can automate it with flows as well.
Correct.
So that is also possible. If I open up this one, so this is a swarm request that I had created earlier, which was created automatically as soon as the case was created and it reached a certain stage, it was added over here. This is what we can do.
And the amazing part is that both the platforms are in sync in real time.
Yes.
So you don't have to wait that if something has happened on Slack, you have to maybe write another API or another code to update the same in Salesforce.
Yes.
So both the platforms are getting updated in real time, even the two-way.
Exactly. And
Correct.
not only that, if we want to, let's say, take the help of Agentforce, we can take over here. Let's say we have a service agent and we are asking, hey Agentforce, can you give me a knowledge article for this particular case? For this case, that can be helpful. And it will actually, pull the knowledge article, which would be the most sensible one for this.
For this particular case.
And then you can start utilizing it. You don't have to go here and there. So that is
That's
also
amazing.
possible. Again,
So
I did not configure
basically-
it in this particular demo, but yeah, this is possible.
So basically you're utilizing Salesforce capabilities into Slack.
Yes.
So it's not that it is Slack's capability.
Yes.
It's Salesforce capabilities that you're utilizing in Slack.
So Slack is just another product from Salesforce
course,
now.
of course, now,
Salesforce
yeah.
has acquired it. So
Correct.
yeah. All right. Yeah. So this was the brief demo that I wanted to showcase. It wasn't brief, I would say. It was a
That was an amazing demo.
Yeah.
It covered
Lot of
quite a lot
capabilities.
of use cases and very different use cases.
yeah.
So some people might might relate it to one of the use case, some might relate to the other use case, but yeah, they were quite amazing.
And then we have hurdle capability and all of that. I will not go deep into that. Okay, the screen has been stopped sharing. Okay, but there are a lot of capabilities that I can go on and demo and talk about, but we don't need to, because you can always come back to us and ask us, can you help us in implementing? Or
Definitely, you
help?
can book a demo or a meeting with us, and we'll be happy to help you.
We
on
would
that.
love to help you out in that.
So, Vijay, with this demo, I have a question that
Yes.
came in my mind. So, are there any misconceptions about Slack? So, can you tell me some of them and what is the reality?
Okay, so the common misconception with Slack is it's just a messaging tool. It's just a fancy messaging tool that
Correct.
people utilize to look cool into the industry itself only.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
to look that updated and up to
Yeah.
date. That yeah, we are using Slack.
that's the misconception for it. But it's not that. It's much more than that. Slack is the tool which forced a lot of brands to look for a solution which is something similar to Slack. Teams is one of the great example of that. Like how it kind of pivoted from Skype and all of that in COVID, and they tried to replicate what Slack is offering into their offerings, and then how they became over there. So Slack is a great tool, and people have a misconception it's just a messaging tool that people
Correct.
use to communicate with each other. But
But
that's
I
not
think
it.
after seeing this demo, that misconception
Will be broken.
would be broken and will be gone, and they'll actually see the reality about
Exactly.
Slack.
And there are many more things which I didn't even talk about. Yeah.
Mhm,
So that is
correct.
possible. And with that, I think, I think we can move ahead, and then we will talk about the teams, how they can, utilize.
Slack's capabilities. All right, so why Slack should be your next tool? Again, let's talk about some numbers to make it more, authentic. So, for sales team, faster acquisition deals. It has been it has been 2 times faster, and the acquisition deals are closed twice the speed that it was usually taken earlier. 50% decrease in turnaround time for reviews and approvals, as we've already seen with the demo, that how fast it is for every action to do by using Slack and AI and Agentforce in picture. 43% faster responses from customers, vendors, and service providers. 4 times faster deal cycle for sales team, which is very important in any organization because keeping the sales time very minimal is the utmost priority of any business out there. 3 times faster ticket resolution for customer support team, as you've already seen in the demo that how quickly a case can be resolved using Salesforce and Slack combined. So these are some of the numbers which makes it easier for you to choose that Slack should be your next tool. And then how different teams can leverage Slack. As Vijay was talking about earlier, that we are going to talk about that in next upcoming slides, that in any organization, of course, there are different teams, right? Admin team, operational team, engineering team, HR team, IT team. So how Slack can be of use for different teams, because every team will have its own use case and will have its own want and needs of using Slack. So how it can help different teams.
Yeah. So if I talk about, operational team. So, operational team can, reduce manual work and streamline their workforce, streamline their processes with workflow builders, as we saw earlier. That is something which would be possible. They would be able to instantly retrieve data from different sources within single platform itself only, which would give them the agility that they are needing. They would be able to deploy AI agents that actually reduce the time of their team, and it actually helps them do better decision making and do quality collaboration within the teams itself only. And with the capability of being able to search, being able to have all the files within single place, it actually helps them run their processes, run their day-to-day tasks more effectively.
Correct.
Next, we have engineering team. So, engineering team, it would empower them to have faster decision making and great project tracking as well. Not only the project tracking that I showed you, but we can also integrate project tracking from the level of Asana, Jira, GitHub, and your CI/CD pipelines as well within Slack itself only. How? Just imagine, you have a new ticket which has been assigned to you, or which has moved from a particular status to a particular high severity or high priority status. It will be notified on Slack itself only, and then you can start looking into it more proactively. Instead of going maybe a day later, maybe 2 hours later, you're notified right there on Slack itself only on your communication channel. Or let's say you are seeing a CI/CD pipeline has filled, which you had ran when you pushed something to GitHub and it was running, but it has failed. Now that information has also been routed to Slack itself only. So just imagine how faster it would be to run your processes, to run your things that you are managing on Slack itself only. So that is all possible. You are able to quickly identify the solutions and discussions because the search capability that I talked about, and AI in search as well. All that is also possible with us. Then we have the AI agents that allows us to automate certain tasks, that allows us to speed things up. Then we have sales team where we can do certain things. Okay, for sales team, I just showed you how a service team can utilize how they can utilize Slack. Similarly, a sales team can also utilize Slack itself only from their single platform itself only. They would be notified, here are the today's leads which are hot and which you are assigned to. So for different users, a different message is coming. Let's say there are 7 people. 7 people are receiving 7 different messages within the channel itself only. So the manager knows which leads are assigned to which particular member and what's their status, and they can simply ask certain queries over there itself only. So that is possible. Not only that, we are able to summarize conversations as well. So with Agentforce and AI in Slack as well, we have the capability to summarize the threads, summarize the conversation itself only, which would actually help them take decisions much faster and better. Let's say they have a call maybe at 11 in the morning and they are logging in at 9. The AI will provide them a summary. This is the particular customer that you are meeting today, and these were their asks from the previous time, and they can prepare accordingly. So things like that can actually help sales team do sales process much faster, and it actually improves the quality that they have within their sales cycle and the level of confidence, level of trust that they are able to imbibe into the customer itself only. So it is possible. Then they can automate various tasks and all of that. That is also available over there. Then we have marketing team. With marketing team, they can utilize, they can utilize Slack to have the data flowing from different platforms into single place itself only. So they don't have to go how my ads are performing, how my journey is performing, what my next goal is, what our next target date is. All of that information is flowing into single channel. Say they simply have to open it in their stand-up meetings, and they have all of that information in just single platform itself only. Even if they do not have it, they can utilize slash commands that I showed you in my first demo, where they ran slash AI, summary itself only, or maybe they can, simply utilize Agentforce, which is gathering the data from different sources and empowering them to make quick decisions to do certain things faster. So this is how marketing team can actually, take decisions faster. And they also have the capability to streamline their campaign execution, increase cross-team collaborations as well, track engagement, schedule market updates as well if certain events are happening which needs the entire team attention. So they can have some workflows, have some scenarios where whenever certain thing happened, workflow ran, it actually posted the message onto the Slack itself only, and they are notified about it. So that is also possible.
Great.
Then we have HR team. The HR team also can leverage Slack very effectively. So whenever there is a new hiring, they can utilize Slack to coordinate between the teams, coordinate between the new member, between the teams. They can have a dedicated, I would say, onboarding process that they can configure with Canvas and List, and they can simply start utilizing it. Not only that, for one of our customers, we actually implemented Agentforce, Agent, and Slack using their HR capabilities agent that we had created. So the HR agent was, plugged into Slack, so that their HR does not need to provide the answers. The people were simply asking the questions to the agent. Agent was grounded with the data from the organization itself only, from the policies, from the regulations, from the knowledge articles that they have, and they were able to simply utilize it. And the agent was answering all of their queries, so it deflected 90% of the issues that was typically raised to HR, and the agent was handling those. So that is also possible. And similar way, we also handled for the sales team as well. And I showed you just how it can be working, how it can help the service agents as well. So things like that we can configure. So the possibility becomes endless.
Correct.
With AI in Slack itself only, with Agentforce from Salesforce, and with the capability of doing custom on top of Slack, you can run your entire business from Slack itself only. Slack will become the operating system for your business. This is how it is for us as well, and this is how it is for a lot of our customers as well. So how this will, this is how it will, empower you to run your business better and more efficiently.
And other than these, if you have any other team in your organization which you're confused or want to know that how Slack can help that particular team utilize the capability, you can let us know in the comment section. We'll try to answer you that how that particular team can take advantage or can be benefited by Slack. All right. So next up would be how industry giants are already leveraging Slack. So we have added a couple of customer success stories and giants who are actually using Slack in their organization to make their processes effective, productive, faster, and everything that we've talked about. So let's talk about Salesforce only because that's what we are already talking about.
Let's talk about Salesforce because they acquired Slack for more than $27 billion. Correct. That's a huge amount of money.
Exactly. And with the Slack, their case resolution has improved by 26%, which is a big number.
It's a big number.
And it is very important to resolve each and every case with utmost sincerity because every customer is important and should be satisfied, right, with the resolution. So, and the same day closure has increased by 19%.
That's great.
So that means that resolution time has increased efficiently and exponentially. Right?
Well,
and also it has speed up the agent onboarding. It has that centralized knowledge repository. It has fostered a connected and efficient team culture within Salesforce organization. So by using say Slack, these are the numbers that has helped Salesforce achieve amazing goals. And similarly, we have other case studies like Ad Hoc, NTT Docomo, Oscar Health, and there are many more that we can connect and discuss. All right, so how to choose the right implementation partner? So before choosing any implementation partner, there are a couple of things that we suggest that you take care of and you look forward for. First, industry know-how. So before choosing any implementation partner, make sure that they have the proven history in that particular industry, in that particular product of Salesforce. Because if they had already worked into that particular industry, that means they can help you the best with the best possible solution for your industry as well, for your business as well, because they had already done similar implementation for other customers. Second would be certified professionals. As I mentioned earlier, that we have a team of 400 plus certified professionals, and there is a reason behind it that Salesforce do provide certifications for all the products and services into different industries. And with that certification, it adds a trust and authenticity to that team. So it is very important that you look forward for the certified professional team. They should be technical savvy. So basically, they should be able to understand your business and should be able to translate it into technical blueprint for your implementation, right? Because that is what you're looking for, right? You're looking for a team who can actually implement that particular solution that you're envisioning. So they should be smart enough to translate your business into technical blueprint. Next would be that they should not only be well versed or experts into that particular product that you want to go for, but they should know the integrations with existing systems, with other systems, other platforms. And reason is very simple. Let's say I run an organization and I want you to implement Slack and Salesforce for me. But then and there are certain systems that I'm already using, right? Maybe to manage my data for some other purposes. So if I choose you as an implementation partner, you should have that capability that you should be able to integrate this particular product with my existing systems, because I want to keep them alive. I don't want to completely switch to the Salesforce or Slack. So they should be having that capability as well. And next would be the right project management team. It is very, very, very important, because without a project management team, your entire efforts, your entire strategy, money, time, efforts could go in vain. And reason is very simple, because with a project manager and a good project management team, it can be delivered in right time and within the budget, because they are the ones who take care of the deliveries, the demos, everything is going on time, everybody is on the same page. The thing that Vijay was talking about, the project management, right? So that is what the project management team will take care of. And last but not the least, the post-implementation services. See, it's not a one-time gig that you want to just have an implementation partner, get your product built or get your application built, and that's all. No. Salesforce do release its different new features after every quarter, right? So if you will have the right implementation team on board with you who provides post-implementation services, so they'll be able to help you with the user trainings, with some changes that comes along with the product. And if you get stuck somewhere while using that particular application, they'll be able to help you, assist you. They'll be able to provide you the care, that health, what do we call that? That hypercare. Yeah, hypercare. I'm so sorry. So they'll be provide you the hypercare. So these are a couple of things that you should definitely look forward to while you're choosing the right implementation partner.
And it's us.
Of course. Any day we'll be happy to help you. We would love to help you with any of the use cases that you might have. And even if you want consultation, if you're stuck, that you have some idea, some vision in your mind, but you don't know what solution or what product you should go for, we'll try to consult with you. We'll try to help you there.
And even if you do not go ahead with us, whatever Neha mentioned, it's a great blueprint of how you should be, identifying the right partner, identifying the right people who would be actually helping you out.
There are some references that we have taken in order to
Yeah.
design this PPT and use the data in the webinar. So you can
Here are
just-
them, yeah. So you can go through them and you can, this is the basically what we used as references. Moving on to, I think,
I think that's all. And now is the question and answer time.
do we have
So
some? Yeah.
Let's check in the comment section.
All right. I think we don't have questions any
Yeah,
here.
I have one.
Yeah.
So, what are the best practices that should be used for using Slack? Reason why I'm asking this question is because you have shown so many capabilities of Slack
Yes, yes,
in
yes,
just
yes,
an
yes.
hour that it can do this, it can do this, it can do that, it can do this as well, integrate everything in one place. It can have capability of project management, communication, and whatnot. So, what is the best practice to use Slack for its maximum potential?
Okay, so I would say, there is not a clear set of practices like practice A, practice B, practice C. It will depend on industry to industry and what kind of use case you have with Slack. It will depend primarily on that. But whatever you do, what you mentioned, in the implementation, like how to identify the right implementation partner, the answer lies over there itself only. There is no single answer. This is the best practice. It will vary from industry to industry, from use case to use case. But what's important is you need to identify how you want to utilize it, what all things you want to achieve with it, what was the core goal that you were, or what was the core thing that you were looking when you were looking for a collaboration tool, and then works towards that. You need to identify the right people who can actually help you in that. Even if you are not looking for that, you need to have the people trained and have the people ready who can actually, identify, okay, we want to do this and these are the right things that we want to utilize. Because what will end up happening is you may get the AI capability, you may get the Agentforce capability, but you are not linking them in an efficient way. So what's happening is you are wasting a lot of time and wasting a lot of money as well.
Because you are not utilizing the Salesforce to its most, like.
Yeah, the Slack to its most, the Salesforce Agentforce to its most. So you need to have the right, implementation. I would say mechanism. I would not call it mechanism. Right
Strategy,
Strategy.
basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You are right.
All right. Thanks a lot. And with this, we'll wrap up our webinar.
And if you have any questions apart from that, you can definitely reach out to us, and we would love to help you out.
Thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Bye bye.